This is the Transformers War for Cybertron Studio Series Gamer Edition Voyager Class SSGE06 Starscream by Takara Tomy. This is the Japanese market version of the Gamer Edition Studio Series War for Cybertron Starscream. Let's get this bad boy out of packaging.
I am Starscream. No one can control Dark Energon.
And here is the Studio Series War for Cybertron video game Gamer Edition Starscream out of the box. And you know what? He's not bad. I was one of those who really thought he was a funny looking figure when they first revealed this guy. And having him in hand, it's weird. He's not your conventional, not your usual cut of a Seeker mold. It's a little bit different from what we're used to, but somehow it kind of works. I don't know how to explain it. Let's take a closer look at the details of this new Studio Series Gamer Edition Starscream. Head to toe, the figure stands at about 15¼ centimeters tall, or about 6 inches tall. And for comparisons, here he is with the War for Cybertron Trilogy Earthrise Voyager class Starscream, as well as the Reactivate Voyager class Starscream. And despite being a very chunky and beefy figure, he is the shortest out of these three figures. I actually thought he would be much bigger than the Earthrise mold. Now, the figure does come with the weapon itself and the mace, which is very accurate to the video game. The colors might be different from what you've seen in the video game, but the weapon does also fit. Apart from being held in his hands, it can also be replaced on his right forearm and act as like the arm transforming into a cannon. I do like the fact that you can have him hold the gun or the blaster or the weapon, unlike the other figures like the Barricade or Bumblebee, which you can't really have the characters hold it. And you can see right here that the wings are pretty accurate. I would have wanted some maybe discretion on the part of Hasbro to make it a little bit more exaggerated, maybe make the wings a little bit longer, maybe do some exaggeration on some of the parts and pieces here and there, but I think they really went for accuracy, and the wings look to be pretty accurate. It's missing a few spikes here and there. The shoulder panels, though, these things are removable. They come disassembled and you have to connect them. They don't look as accurate as in the game. It should be like one seamless part of the torso. It's a minor nitpick of mine, but this thing doesn't, it really is quite distracting. It has to look something like that, but it doesn't. Now here's a look at that mace. You can see it's very similar, but you can see that the housing of the mace should be done in like obsidian or black metal, and then it's only the inner parts and the spikes that should be in purple, and the spikes should be much longer, but overall the sculpt does look like sort of how it did in the video game. And this, it may seem like it's a solid piece. It is still solid, but as you can see right here, it is made up of a softer type of plastic. Not super soft, but it does have a little bit of a give because it is pointy. I think it's for safety reasons, but it does create that illusion, a good illusion of being a very solid, massive piece. The weapons can be stored on the back of Starscream, as the instructions say. You can peg the mace here and his null ray, I suppose. As far as articulation goes, the neck is on a bulge, and what I love about this neck is you can have him actually looking up. If you move the back piece just a little bit ajar or send it backwards, you can actually have him in a Superman pose, and he could be looking straight up. The shoulders, they're on swivels, go forward and backward 360. Hinges that allow you to go in and out. He's got a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, swivel wrists. The waist is on swivel. The hips allow you to do the splits with the legs, go kick forward, backward 360. It's got a thigh swivel. Knees are on hinges that bend more than 90 degrees. And the feet are on rocker tilts. Toes go up and down because of transformation. Just a quick look at that gorgeous head sculpt. Man, it is very, very game accurate. I love it. And as far as paint apps goes, very majestic, absolutely amazing. Hardly any quality issues. And the plastic color that they used, some flake going on, a little bit on the maroon parts or the red parts, the gray bits, even the blue pieces. They look super premium, and they might sound hollow when you tap it, but they're very, very solid, which really is amazing. It does not feel like a Studio Series figure, especially the Gamer Edition. Most of the Gamer Edition figures I reviewed had really craptastic plastic quality. I mean, they were really soft and you could feel that they weren't premium, but this one surprisingly feels very premium. I just can't believe how good this figure is. The proportions don't look awkward like in the video game. The video game, it feels like the torso is too big and the legs are like too thin and then enlarged at the ends. It doesn't give me that awkward vibe. So one annoying bit about this figure are the pauldrons. They're okay, but it's just that they're hollow. And I kind of wish they would have made it a solid piece, but maybe due to budget or engineering constraints, they made it hollow, and it's a little bit annoying. It doesn't need to be hollow, even in alt mode, but that's just me nitpicking. I'm sure that's an easy fix for DNA design. Okay, so let's transform this guy. Go ahead and remove the weapons, set them off to the side, fold the elbows backwards this way. You want to unpeg the whole backpack. Instructions tell you to open up this panel right here. That's a big no-no. You do not do that. You can see this panel is being held together by those pegs right there, these pegs right there. If you do this, you will be straining these pieces and they will be warped to the side like this. What happened to my figure. You don't do that. The instructions fail to mention that. The first thing you need to do is, well, open the wings and make the wings parallel, but you have to unfold these pieces right here because those are the locking tabs that keep this panel there. And the more you try to just open this and follow the instructions, the more you'll just rip, you'll warp this piece right here off to the side. So just open it up, don't follow the instructions. Then you can open this panel right here. Then you can unfold these spikes, fold the panels back. At this point, maybe you want to rotate these tail fins and form the main tail fin. And then you can rotate these pieces right here. The instructions tell you to fold everything down onto his rear end, but transformation becomes very difficult then because there's no space to move. So my recommendation is you just keep it in this position until you've transformed the legs and the arms and the torso. That way everything's just out of the way and it's much easier. Unpeg the chest right here. You want to go ahead and straighten out that neck, that entire double neck joint. And then the head, you want to rotate it 180 degrees. You want to go ahead and open up this piece right here, the canopy or the cockpit. Go ahead and fold out the nose cone. Then the head goes inside the cockpit and the canopy closes up. Okay, go ahead and straighten up the shoulder pads and then straighten up the torso. And the shoulder pads should tab in onto the shoulders very easily, very nicely. Okay. And then the shoulders are going to fold down, rotate the arms up, fold the shoulder hinges all the way down until they snap, and then fold the arms. This one's a little bit tricky with the transformation. You got to fold the arms inwards. Initially, I thought that these bottom, the forearms are going to fit through this gap right here, but no, they won't. What you need to do is, you see these notches right here, these divots, they're going to tab onto those sort of pseudo pegs right there. It's a little tricky, but with patience, I'm sure you'll be able to do so and get it. And then the arms tab, the forearms tab together. And yep, you can just see right here that they should line up. And those divots should just line up onto those pegs. And they should sit there nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and fold the toes inward. Unpeg and open up these flaps right here. The instructions tell you to just snap the legs off to the side. Don't do that. What you need to do is bend the knee so that the knees get untapped and unpegged from that peg right there. Then you can snap the legs off to the side. And then you're going to raise it all the way up onto the knee, onto the thighs, and then just fold it all the way till you hear that snap. And then these panels right here are going to snap and tab onto the inner thigh. Okay. Okay, so do the same on the other side. I'm gonna fold and fold it all the way till it snaps. And then the inner flap goes here, and those legs, the legs are just gonna stay right there. They're gonna form the rear thrusters of the jet. Now this entire backpack assembly right here, you can see there are pegs right there. They're going to line up and tab onto the back of the legs. Okay, so go ahead and do that. I'm gonna fold it down, go ahead and tab it onto the legs. That will secure the rear end of the jet, and essentially, that's that. And at first glance, it kind of looks stupid. When you see the Photoshop images, it looks funny. It looks like a spear, a rocket or something. It doesn't even look like a jet with these tiny wings. But it is very accurate to the game. If you see the game renders, this is what it exactly looks like. But when you see it in motion, like, the wings do seem a little bit bigger. I kind of wish they could have exaggerated the wings a little bit more, maybe a little bit longer, like this over here, like an X-Wing, not an X-Wing, a Conquest jet from the G.I. Joe vehicles. The designers decided that they want to make this one as accurate to the game as possible, and they did so. And you know what? It works. It actually works. Until you have this figure in hand, you don't know how cool it is. It really, really looks good. It's a solid spear-looking, spear of destiny type of vehicle. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think if Hasbro decides to repaint this into Skywarp and Thundercracker, I might just go ahead and get them because it is that good. So the weapons do peg here. They kind of look funny pegged onto the jet. Yeah, so, you know, I'm not really buying that, but that's the way it's stored. I kind of wish they could have made some way for the mace to just stick on the back of his rear end. In this way, it would have looked probably nicer. It would have completed that whole spear look. And then the null ray, I kind of wish they could have found a way to just peg it here or maybe underneath. That would have made the jet mode look so much better, but I'm pretty sure a third-party company probably find a way to do that. But other than that, this alt mode looks fantastic. Oh, I forgot to do one thing. My bad. I keep forgetting to do this. Tiny fins on his legs to complete the jet mode. Starscream! Transform! And for comparisons, in alt mode, here he is with the super amazing jet mode of leader class Legacy Blitzwing and the reactivate Voyager class Starscream. So these two are Voyager class. This one's a leader class. And at first I thought he was going to be small, but he does fit very nicely with these two other jets. Very unorthodox way of comparing them. Let's do the conventional way. He holds his own. I mean, he's a little small-ish, but as a Cybertronian jet, he kind of fits in terms of scale, in terms of size. He's not bad. On paper, this alt mode should suck, but it doesn't. It's actually pretty good. And so some final thoughts on this War for Cybertron Gamer Edition Pseudo Series Starscream. I was so ready to give this one like a 5 out of 10 based on the promo pics. That's why it took me forever to get this figure. I really was not interested in this figure. I've been getting some mixed reviews for this figure, especially the local collectors here, and they said, you know, it's a 50-50 thing. This figure absolutely impressed me. The plastic quality to begin with is absolutely amazing. It's nothing like what the kind of plastic we got with the Gamer Edition Optimus Prime or Bumblebee or Megatron. The plastic is amazing. And if you're wondering about that clear plastic, if it's going to be brittle, I don't think it will, because that clear plastic is made of the soft PVC material akin to what they used for this mace. Colors look great. Transformation was a lot of fun. Sure, it can be a little tricky the first time you do it. Lots of pieces, very tight the first time you transform it, first time you do it. But as you transform the figure a couple times, it gets easier, it gets a lot more fun. The jet mode or jet rocket mode, as well as the robot mode, initially looked really goofy. I wasn't really interested in it, but looking at the renders for the video game and how accurate it is, it just makes me appreciate the figure even more, because the alt mode and even the robot mode is so accurate to the game. Too accurate, in fact, that I kind of wish they'd taken liberties in exaggerating the wings, maybe making it bigger, but the designers went for video game accuracy, and that's what we got. This figure truly was more than meets the eye. I would easily give this one a 10 out of 10, but it does have some flaws, and it's all nitpick. I wish they could have painted the mace to make it look more like the video game, put some black obsidian on it. This was really annoying. The hollow pauldrons on the back of his shoulders, that's just inexcusable. But like I said, those are minor nitpicks. I love almost everything about this figure, and I can't believe I'm saying this. I was so ready to hate on this figure, but this figure has made me a fan. I might have to start collecting the Gamer Edition once again. Now, incidentally, I did pick up another Optimus Prime, the Takaratomi Japan market exclusive or version, and I'm going to be reviewing that together with the DNA Design DK43 upgrade kit, so do stay tuned for that. So this figure gets a very strong 9.5 out of 10. If you have not picked up this figure, you're a big fan of Starscream, and you collect Studio Series, and you've seen the game, do not sleep on this figure. And I'm pretty sure you can get it at below retail price because it has not been hyped up. It is a very underrated figure. Go check it out for yourself. If you can get it below retail price, even better. It is truly an amazing figure. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this Transformers War for Cybertron video game, Studio Series Gamer Edition, Voyager class Starscream. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.